The girl took out a large handful of birth control pills from her pocket. Then she stuffed all of them into her classmate's mouth. This scene happened to be captured by the surveillance camera on the rooftop. But this was exactly the result the girl had wanted. Because not long ago, when Xiaojie was taking shelter from the rain in the park, she was forcibly dragged into a wooden house. Since then, she had lost the most precious thing in her life. When she got home, she originally wanted to tell her mother about this grievance. However, before she could open her mouth, her mother started to scold her for getting her clothes wet. She was even punished and not allowed to go out and play in the future. Facing these unreasonable accusations, Xiaojie thought about running away, but in the end, she realized that what she couldn't escape from wasn't her mother, but life itself. So, she bore all of this alone, and in order not to be discovered, she took a birth control pill every day after she got home. But this couldn't heal the wounds in her heart at all. Sometimes Xiaojie also thought about committing suicide, but she didn't have the courage. However, on this day, the appearance of a prosecutor made her see hope again. His name was Lei Su, a prosecutor who came to promote the safety of minors. At first, Xiaojie was dismissive of Lei Su, but Lei Su used the form of a drama to vividly and interestingly give a lecture on the safety of minors to the classmates. This was well received by the classmates. But just then, Xiaojie raised doubts about him. She questioned Lei Su what to do if one couldn't escape when facing danger. And Lei Su just replied with one sentence, "Live on bravely." Lei Su's words seemed to touch Xiaojie, so after the meeting, she summoned up the courage to call Lei Su. They made an appointment to meet at the gymnasium. The gymnasium was filled with sunlight, but Xiaojie stood in the shadow, with tears in her eyes. She told Lei Su that she had been raped. Xiaojie's voice wasn't very loud, but it shook Lei Su's heart. He couldn't imagine the helplessness and despair of a little girl when facing such a violent act. He couldn't even imagine how much Xiaojie had endured alone. He suggested that Xiaojie report the case to the police. Xiaojie didn't refuse this time, but before that, she wanted to go back to the classroom to get something. But what Lei Su didn't expect was that Xiaojie never came back after she left. He searched all over the school but didn't see Xiaojie's figure again. In desperation, the police could only first investigate the wooden house where Xiaojie was violated. However, just then, the TV station suddenly released a piece of news, and the content was that after the prosecutor had a private meeting with a young girl, the girl disappeared mysteriously.